the spiritual preparation of the adult. I'm Madara.
I'm Dada. Hello.
Yeah, so we are Montessori guides. We have been trained under the AMI Montessori, which means Association Montessori International, an organization that Maria Montessori established herself all those years ago, and they still work to keep her legacy to this day.
And train new guides.
And train people, yes. So I have studied the age 6 to 12 and 0 to 3, but I focus on 6 to 12.
Yeah, and I studied 0 to 6, and this is also my focus.
Yeah, and that's where we are coming from in this series, from these lenses.
Yeah, and the series called Spiritual Preparation of the Adult, we are really interested in looking further to this topic, and I would like to start by saying that the preparation of the adult for any profession basically takes some time. It can have different forms, as we were discussing, and in the context of Montessori pedagogy, it entails like 3 parts. One is the spiritual, we already mentioned. The other one is scientific or intellectual, where we are covering really the all the knowledge about the pedagogical materials, how to use them, what are they aimed for, and all the developmental information about process of growth of the child in each age group, from 0 to 18 basically. And the last one, not mentioned very often or maybe overlooked, is physical preparation, which is a huge part or a huge topic for, especially for the youngest children, 0 to 6, but it's important equally in the older ages or and at the elementary level or high school as well. And it means looking at yourself, at your physical appearance, trying to create sort of nice look, which is clean and not really physically attractive, in the meaning not to have like huge earrings like I have now, for example, or having too many details on your hands, and looking clean and attractive for the child, and giving him the feel that it's nice to come to me, but not distract the child from the work or from doing activity.
Yeah, to simply look presentable.
Exactly.
Not to take
And
away the attention.
this part is also about being aware or starting to being aware of your tone of voice, using your facial expression, gestures, the style of movement, physical movement through the space, how you are bending down or this type of things. So these 3 parts are necessary to be included in the preparation, and we would like to focus on the spiritual preparation.
And maybe just before we go there, also that what we discussed before this episode, that when we do the trainings, the trainings are focused on the intellectual preparation. We of course speak also about physical appearance, and we open up spiritual preparation because Maria Montessori herself spoke about it, so we do open it, and we were curious to explore it further, and that's how these series came about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. And would you like to read the quote, or would you like, yes, and then you will talk about the
So this is a quote from The Observant Mind, just book Maria Montessori wrote, and here it goes. This is the preparation of the teacher, a study of one's self, the training of the teacher who is to help life is something far more than a learning of ideas. It includes the training of character. It is a preparation of the spirit. So we really wanted to highlight Maria Montessori used the word in this context, and she clearly links it with the inner world, stating even in the sentence before the training of character. So there is no connection to religion or religious explanation. We would like to state it now at the beginning to really clear it out for everybody interested or listening to our discussions. It is really about internal work on yourself, on your skills, on your behavior, on your emotions, and yes, this is it. This is about these topics we are going to talk here.
And interestingly enough, Maria Montessori said that spiritual preparation should come first. After that, technical and practical and intellectual preparation will flow, because the spirit will accompany the mind instead of the mind wanting to take over, as it usually does. So she said that the spiritual preparation should come first. That's interesting. And there should be more focus on that from my point of view. And did you know that spiritual actually originates from Latin word spiritus, and it means to breathe. And it makes much sense, because if you look into the most popular spiritual practices, it's all about the breath, all about being here and now, which is what we want in our work with children. We want to be there and now with children. Present. So what do you think about this phrase spiritual preparation? What does it mean for you?
I think we opened it up a little bit before, and I have to say that this is really big question, and there's probably not one sentence which could explain. Through my practice, teaching experience, I was confronted repeatedly with the situation that although the teams were dedicated and money were invested in the physical environment, I saw that something was missing. That I could see it on the children and on the atmosphere, on the processes, that it's not really giving the outcome we would like to have. And I was asking myself repeatedly, what is it? What is it? And the training really brought me to the understanding, to the point where I am now, that the preparation is the key. The scientific or intellectual and the physical is necessary, because otherwise we couldn't provide the environment and help the child to find the interest and start to work with the materials, with pedagogical materials. But the guide or the adult has to be prepared also in another way, which is sort of this non-physical part or essence of behaving in such a manner which is kind, calm, focused, a little bit from outside looking, maybe passive, giving more space for the child to express and work, be active, and sort of disciplined, I would call it, which I, bless you.
Thank you.
There is a lot under this word hidden, and we will be uncovering it in this series. So this is actually the spiritual preparation. This is the work on your inner behavior, on your patterns, or maybe even programs from the childhood which have influence on your behavior or reactions or style of your communicating, or why you cannot communicating efficiently in such moments. And so basically this is the reason why I'm hugely interested in this topic, and why I really want to dive deeper into the spiritual preparation and really discuss all these topics we prepared.
Don't be sad. It's a good thing we are doing here.
It is amazing actually.
Yes.
I don't know I look or it sounds so.
It sounds sad. It's not sad.
Yeah.
And just one note that even though we are speaking from a guide's point of view, a teacher's point of view, this information is for all adults involved
Yes,
in
definitely.
the with children.
Yeah, definitely. For any adult who is in contact with a child,
Yes.
it doesn't have to be parent. It can be
Anybody?
grandpa or neighbor who likes to play with children, or grandma, anybody,
Yeah.
brother. Yeah.
Yeah. So just that on that note. So, and I would like to talk about my recent discovery, because I also, in preparation for this series, I thought about what spirituality means to me and what being spiritual means to me. And I, at the same time as I started preparing for this series, I started reading a book. It's called Diamond Heart, and it is by H.A. Almas. Writer, author, H.A. Almas, and he has more books, so this is the first one. And he talks about essence. He talks about children being born with their essence, which means those are those good qualities like love, joy, peace, value, and strength, and more. And he talks about them that children are born with potentialities to develop those parts of essence, those good parts of essence. But because of different reasons, we often, I mean, I can use the word often, I think, do not develop many or some of those parts, either fully or not at all. And and he describes it, we can imagine it as a diamond and faces of the diamond. So faces of the diamond would be sides or parts of our essence. And for me, the idea of spiritual work is to look at those faces of the diamond, us, the diamond who we are, yes, we are the diamond, and looking at them, and do we know them? How are they? In what state are those faces? Maybe they need polishing, or maybe they need, I don't even know. You said that diamonds cannot be diamonds don't need polishing? Did you say something like that? I don't know. I know some gemstones don't need polishing, I think, but okay. So I'm not sure if I'm saying it, in a proper way, but let's say
it can be as a metaphor.
Let's take it as a metaphor, exactly. And so how are those parts of me? And I can give an example. For example, joy. Joy was one part of me, part of my essence, which I found out was not developed at all until recently, a few weeks ago, I would say. Well, I've thought about I've thought about joy before, but it was a week ago. I had a therapy session, and where I kind of caught joy by its tail, finally,
Okay.
and I traced back. Why, what happened, and I think I will share just a specific example that there was a night where I came home and my partner, he had cooked onions. And I don't like onions, I don't eat onions, and he has cooked onions, and when I entered my safe space, okay, it's my flat, it's a safe, it's supposed to be a safe space, I feel the smell, and I react. There was no hesitation. It was just a simple automatic reaction. And I asked him, "What do you cook? You cooked onions? Why? And did you eat onions? And now you smell bad after eating onions?" And he was sitting there, completely shocked about my reaction. I just entered home, and he tells me, "Calm down." And and his shock, kind of, I saw it as a mirror, giving me information to see. He was reflecting me, And long story short, I traced back the fact that because I was not safe, I didn't feel safe growing up as a child. Now every single change in my environment makes me feel unsafe, because I had to monitor growing up. I had to monitor, is everything in its places at all times, so then I can control. If something is not in its place, why? I didn't manage to control it, or what? So now I want to control my environment. So, and this constant vigilance to control the environment, to be alert at all times, there was no space of joy developing.
Of course.
And it was interesting to discover it now. I've seen already improvements. It happens pretty fast when you catch it, when you can pinpoint where it comes from and what is the root of the problem. Then and you just go further from there. So the diamond faces. Yeah. So the diamond faces. Yes.
I really love.
Yeah, it's a lovely metaphor.
And each of us can try to think about how many faces of the diamonds we don't know actually.
Yeah.
Or we are not aware that we have them, or they are really covered.
Yeah. Exactly.
Could be part of our fullness and complexity and.
Yeah.
And
I'm happy you said fullness, to see yourself again from all sides.
And use it.
And use those sides. Yes.
Because all the qualities
is a good word.
Even emotions are part of it. They are important for us to really be alive and feel here and feel complete, maybe also, and sort of being at disposal to use them to express ourselves completely, and so it's amazing information, and I will definitely look at the book closer.
Very interesting. And also one more comment on this, that I can see clearly in the classroom how, and now especially when looking back, how my inability to feel joy would reflect in my work with children. That I would tend to be more serious, and if there would be outbursts of joy, I wouldn't be able to handle them, because it was a strange thing to me. So interesting to observe oneself.
So you will definitely feel the change.
Yeah, I already feel. Yeah. Okay. So
we cleared up what the spiritual preparation means.
Yes.
Which is core of the topic for today.
Yeah.
And I think you have a lovely quote there. Is there one more, or?
Maria Montessori's. Well, yes. Yes, she herself said, I can read the quote and that kind of sums up what we spoke about.
Yeah.
She said she said, I'm looking for the book and I can't find the name of the book. Oh, it's from the Advanced Montessori Method. And she said the vision of the teacher should be at once precise like that of the scientist and spiritual like that of the saint. The preparation for science and the preparation for sanctity should form a new soul, for the attitude of the teacher should be at once positive, scientific, and spiritual. Positive and scientific because she has an exact task to perform, and it is necessary that she should put herself into immediate relation with the truth by means of rigorous observation. And observation is one of our next topics, and we will discuss that. So, how important is that preparation? Yes. And she says we should form a new soul. And this we mentioned also somewhere. There was this quote where do you remember the one that a teacher cannot transform?
Yeah.
A teacher has to be created anew. So, and when I was doing my training, actually, I used another metaphor. I felt, I would say, in a way, my spiritual preparation started on the training, as we discussed. Lots of work was done after the training, but it started there. And I remember feeling how I felt it in my body was that when we are born, like, so imagine our bones, if they grow. They grow somehow, and this is how we end up with. But then if you have tight shoes on, if you are restricted, if you restrict your body in any ways, the bones will grow up distorted. Right? Yes. We all know that. And I felt that those bones, as growing up in the public school system, growing up maybe also, in my family, the way it was back then, and society in general, I felt that I grew distorted. The bones grew together and sideways and different ways. So the training initiated the process of breaking all those bones apart. So all of them I felt were broken apart. And the trainings initiated the process of putting them back together in the right way. Because that's what you can medically do, I think, right? You can break not bone, or I don't know. There is something like that. I've heard that you can kind of break it and then put it back together so that it grows in the right way. I think it's medically even possible, but for me it's a metaphor to how it felt for me.
That's beautiful. I was working on my preparation even before attending the training. For me, the training was more like a confirmation that I'm going the right way, and adding the missing knowledge and skills, and really confirming that the spiritual preparation is necessary, and that this is one of the pieces missing. So that's the answer for me, and that's the reason why we are talking now. So, Okay. So if you agree, we can close up with the reflection.
Let's close up.
So, may I read the closing reflection? So, before asking what should I do for the child, can I ask who am I being with the child? So all our attempts during the training were to be ready to serve and help the child to grow into the full potential, to develop naturally, and act in the preparation the service for the child. So in this context, we can look at this reflection, like who am I when I am in the presence of the child? And then what should I do? So this really points at the spiritual part of our behaving. How do you understand it?
Yes, I think it's a big reflection. It's a deep reflection in a way, and I think that after listening other series, it would be maybe clearer what to look for. Like, who am I being with the child? So there you would have to think about, what does it mean being? Even what does it mean for you being? It can be my character or my beliefs or my emotions or my patterns or my gender. Like, who am I being? So that needs to be examined, which is a big work. It's a never-ending work and big work. Perhaps this episode can help to open up this
That was
path.
our plan.
That was the plan, to open up these topics and just start noticing who am I being with the child. So maybe it is easier to think about it in terms of, okay, if I don't do something, who am I without, if I put my hands behind my back. Because often what we do is we run away from ourselves by doing stuff, still doing, still going somewhere, still planning things, still working. That's a running away from feeling and from seeing
Being present.
what is happening in the present moment.
And how do we feel?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you next time.
Yes.
Bye.